All right, guys, and welcome to the Legacy Day podcast. I'm your host, Blake Hawkins, and today is going to be a legacy day. Okay, so let's jump right into this. Creativity often comes from some sort of challenge and frustration. So if you're a change agent, and if you're watching this, you are, and you're a transformational leader, if you're watching this, you are, then oftentimes a big part of our big breakthrough moments, our big moments of I figured it out was, basically followed a bunch of frustration, a bunch of frustration, and typically some sort of challenge that we were bumping our head against. We were having a hard time overcoming. And so I want to encourage you that if you're going through a frustration, if you're in a challenge right now, you're actually in a really, really good spot. A really good spot. Now, I love high performance. I love learning about high performance and how our minds and our brains and our bodies work in harmony with each other to, perform at a high level and take ourselves to the next level and to be able to rise up to those challenges. And part of the flow process, the flow process is basically like when you're in the zone. A part of that process, one of the first steps is frustration. That's an actual step in the process. You're frustrated. You're trying to exceed a challenge. You're trying to meet that challenge. You're trying to take yourself to the next level. And typically, when you have a challenge and you're frustrated, it means that the challenge is just a little bit outside your scope of skill, and that gap between the challenge and your current skill set, that gap is frustration. Now, here's the beautiful thing about it. If you give up and you go backwards and you go this way, you'll never get past this limitation. But when you're here, this is your current skill set. This is the challenge. This gap is frustration. When you rise your skills and you grow your skills and you're now surpassed the challenge, that gap is now called competency, confidence, and mastery. And now you have a new level. Now you're in a new place. Now you are literally growing past where you were before. So frustration is actually a good sign. It's a sign that you are being challenged. It's a sign that you're in an environment, you're in a situation that exceeds your current capabilities. That's a blessing because now you have an opportunity to raise up your skills to take yourself to the next level. Oftentimes people interpret challenges and frustration as they're doing something wrong, that they're doing something bad. And sure, there's probably cases where that may be true. But if you're a leader, a business owner, entrepreneur, an activist, you're a community person, you're out there doing stuff in the world, you're moving the needle, you're a mover and shaker, then if you're frustrated about something, it's probably because you have a challenge that exceeds your current capabilities. And that is actually a great, great thing. So I want you to, think about some moments, maybe recently or maybe something you're in right now, you're going into, where you feel a massive sense of frustration. You feel like, I'm just not getting this, or like, I'm behind the eight ball. I'm going to tell you right now, you're not. Look at this opportunity as, okay, what skills do I need to develop to take myself to the next level? Listen to your instincts. What do I need to do? What action needs to be taken right now? What do I need to learn? What information do I not have right now that's going to take me to the next level and help me grow past this challenge so I can go into more competency, confidence, and mastery? And as we keep doing this, right? And if you're building something big, you're going to continue to go through this process of Here's your current capability. Now you have a challenge. There's a gap. That's called frustration. Now you have to grow your skills past that challenge. That gap is called confidence and mastery. And guess what? New challenge, same thing. This is how we constantly evolve and grow. This is literally, it's survival of the most adaptable. It's being adaptable. It's being growth oriented. It's looking at a challenge and saying, how can I get better versus woe is me, what am I doing wrong? And I've had to reframe this myself because I was the worst and probably still am the worst with here's the frustration, I did something wrong, or here's a frustration, I'm failing, or here's a frustration, I'm going backwards. When in actuality, I'm not. I'm moving forward. I'm going upwards and onwards, and my trajectory continues to grow. And it's the same for you. So if you're not familiar with the work of flow and high performance, I recommend Googling Stephen Kotler. He studies. He actually, I believe, is the owner of Flow Research Collective. These are doctors and people that are very enmeshed in research and science, and they like to look at what happens inside the brain when we are in high performance, when we are in a state of flow. And frustration is literally part of the toolkit for high performance. Which, when I learned that I was aware of that, it's actually exciting now because I'm like, dang, dude, I'm growing. I'm taking myself to the next level. So this Legacy Day, all right. Frustration leads to breakthroughs. Frustration leads to creativity. Frustration leads to success. Frustration leads to higher skill development. Frustration leads to refining your character and taking you to your next level. So next time that you are in a situation where you don't know something, you don't have the information, you don't have the skills, you are frustrated and you feel stuck. Number one, you're in a great position. Number two, and skill up. Look at where you need to take your skills to the next level. That's going to be your answer, and that's how you're going to get into more mastery, competence, and confidence. Until next time, folks, this is Legacy Day. Go out there and create a legacy, and let's go.